I wonder if they can hear me. Probably. Sound carries. Why, hello there. Yes. Play that funky kazoo. How are you? We are starting a little bit late, but we're all right. Before... Well, do I want to do that now? I do. Before we get started, I'll just make a couple of adjustments here. I got something that's very similar. There's one segment that's similar to Our Man in Finland. I just realized that. I was just screwing around with it. I don't know what I'm going to do with the words with that. And that's probably not the same strumming rhythm that I used when I recorded it as a reminder, but the chords are there. Because the problem is, every time I do a song, if I don't have the words yet, I just have these chords, right? I put the chords together, and it's like, that's neat, and I write it down, and then I try to record it immediately, because I will forget the rhythm. Strumming pattern that I just did probably is absolutely nothing like that. Yes. I had someone send me a link once again to the humbucker kazoo. That's right, a fully amplified kazoo. Is anyone really prepared for that much power? Honestly, I don't think so. All right, we're going to start the show. Yesterday I did Our Man in Finland, and it didn't go as well as I would like, and consequently, I decided that since it's my dang show, I can try to do it again. It's what I call the redemption round. This is dedicated to Teppo at the request. Wow, see, there we go. Just lost it. This is dedicated to Teppo and was inspired by Richard. Long nights, cold days, up north, just a ways, blind cyclist through the dawn, got his goggles and his helmet on. A man in Finland, a man in Finland. No more days sitting around. Gotta get up, head into town, find the way out to the square, find some Phoenix waiting there. A man in Finland. A man in Finland. Now there would be a solo in here over the top of this. I'm working on solo. We'll put it in the recording. I left the Jawas in there. I'm an idiot. What the heck? Hit the square, take in the sights, then ride off into Helsinki's night. I'm so embarrassed. Hit the square, take in the sights, then ride off into Helsinki's night. Call sorry Kanit, not the plan. All Helsinki respects man. A man in Finland. A man in Finland. It doesn't count if I turn it off before I am done with the song. There we go. It's a professionalism, that's right. Okay, we came close. Alright, and that's alright. That's okay. Teppo, when you see this, sorry about the burning Jawas up there earlier on. No. Finland, 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 the country where I want to be. Pony trekking or camping, or just watching TV. Finland. I have to get the chords for the Finland song now from Monty Python's Contractual Obligation album. So I can play that one. And that would actually be our official Finland quartet right there would be the Finland song. But I feel better about it. Burning Jawas aside, I feel better about it. Which means that we can go to the second song. This is an ukulele. This is a tenor ukulele. That is to say, it is bigger than your concert size or standard, and it is the same tuning, G, C, E, A. Instead of having a high G, I tuned mine to a low G. So that way, this is really effectively a guitar. You can play guitar stuff, but it's about, let me see, this would be that's a C. And it would be a G, so G, A, B, C, 3 octaves higher. And so it also means the F chord for once is easy. Those of you who play guitar know our nemesis, the F chord. This is the F chord. It's a 2-finger wonder. Now the B chord, on the other hand, that's the F chord. That's B flat, that's B. So, you know, it's a trade-off. Not a lot of stuff in B that I do, which is good. So that's how that works. And welcome to the thing, whatever this thing is. Welcome to the Troubadork Non-Commute Show. I do this Monday through Thursday every week, more or less, because I am working from home, so I don't have to drive home. So the time I would usually spend in traffic unhappy, I do this instead. And that's why. Now you know. Yay, the more you know, Rainbow. Next song is one of my faves. Well, these were all my faves, honestly. We've gotten to the point now where I just keep cranking these things out. Any Finnish Christmas songs you want to sing? I don't know any Finnish Christmas songs. I can barely speak English at this point in the day. But I am going to sing a song about a postal worker. This is inspired by Cat's Cafe, which is over here. I got to remember to point in the wrong direction if I'm going to point at the cartoon. Cat's Cafe, by the way, you can find them on the internet and on Facebook, on the social media, all over the place. It's a really warm, kind of happy thing to take a look at. And this one came out early on in our pandemic lockdown, and it inspired the song Platypus Postman. And those of you who've been here before may not know that I added another verse because platypi are just fascinating critters. So let's see how this goes. This has kind of a psychedelic rock, early Grateful Dead kind of vibe to it. Platypus, postman. Platypus, postman. Neither rain nor snow nor sleet nor hail can make the platypus postman fail. Even in a flood he's still not stuck, 'cause the platypus postman swims like a duck. Platypus postman, very fish. Platypus postman, shorter though. Even through the mud they can't be beat, yeah, they never sink because of their webbed feet. Not a dog will chase him or leave a mark, 'cause the hounds are too darn confused to bark. Platypus postman. Platypus postman. In the gloom of night he'll safely walk, 'cause the platypus postman glows in the dark. True fact, look it up! It's the darndest thing that you've ever seen, for the postman's bioluminescent green. Platypus postman. Platypus postman. In the coldest rain they won't demur, they're protected by their thick coarse fur. Of all the post carriers on the scene, only one of them is a monotreme. Platypus postman. Platypus postman. Believe in the platypus postman. He's got my mail. Platypus postman. Ended pretty. Wombats are also bioluminescent. There's like 3 critters out there on the planet that are bioluminescent mammals. Platypi, wombats, and there's one more, and I don't recall what it is. I'm less baked while playing, so you don't go on 20-minute solo instrument. It is true. I've been half-baked for many, many years, Tom, I'll be honest with you. Once a very long time ago, so far back, in fact, that the statute of limitations has ended, I did, in fact, experiment with drugs. We did experiment, my friend and I. We experimented. We had lab coats and goggles, great big gloves. We made extensive notes. We couldn't read them afterwards, but we made extensive notes. And you realize you're trying to write on a legal pad with a banana, and that's not going to work because the legal pad's yellow and the banana is yellow. That's a highlighter, clearly. So then you're down at the HEB grocery store at 2 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out what root vegetable makes a coherent line on a legal pad. I don't know if you've ever tried to sharpen a carrot, but then you're getting escorted out of the grocery store by the security guard and up against a lamppost 3 or 4 times, and you realize it's not a police officer or a security guard, it's like a stack of pigeons, and the one on top is wearing a policeman's officer's Bobby's helmet, which you think is weird because this is Texas, and they're clearly out of their jurisdiction. And then you realize you haven't actually left the apartment, and that's why I don't do drugs anymore. See? There you are. Welcome to my world. Oh God, the count went up instead of going down. Oh, and down. Okay, someone came in, heard that, and left. Yay! There's a little widget that tells me how many people are watching, more or less, although it appears to be very sensitive to whether or not the window is a primary or not. So if you're like listening to me in the background, that's one thing. But rutabagas are your go-to vegetables. I will make that. I will make a note of that, Tom. The next song is... Welcome to my world. The next song is started out as an ad for a fellow I know who portrays a character known as Oscar Hasselhoff, German Master of Defense. And from Dresden, the city that will never fall. It's a Renaissance festival. You can make those kind of jokes because you're surrounded by nerds on all sides. And he has the Hasselhoff maneuver, which is a technique against which there is no defense. 100% guaranteed effective every time. Hey, Jill! Oh my God, my sister's here. Everybody, pretend to be respectable. So he wrote that. He came up with that, and as part of his show, he actually has an informative pamphlet. Let me see if I have it up here. Yes, there it is. The informative pamphlet here, which is grab them by the crotch and throw them out the window, which is the name of the Hasselhoff maneuver. Now, his demonstration of the maneuver is quite impressive, and I cannot replicate it here. But it ends in grabbing someone by the crotch and throwing them out the window. If done properly, 100% effective all the time. And, hey! You have moved, Lucas. I am everywhere. I really am. Facebook.com/theadequate is where you'll probably find me going live here. Thank you for helping to artificially inflate my numbers. Yes. Apparently, if I get 50 followers and an average of 3 followers per show on Twitch, I get a pony or something. I don't know. We're doing this for fun anyway. So I wrote a little jingle for Grab Them by the Crotch and Throw Them Out the Window, and then it turned into an entire song. But because this song, and this song, by the way, is set in Helsinki. I have a whole set of songs for some reason involve Helsinki. I'm not sure why. But let me get, to do the song properly, I will need to do 2 things. First, I will need to adopt a completely unjustifiable Bavarian accent. Yeah. And then I need to put on the hat. This is not, in fact, a Landsknecht hat. You can tell because the Landsknecht hat has more dignity. However, yes, this is a happy little song about gambling, drunkenness, and defenestration. Yeah. I was gambling in Helsinki, down upon mein luck. Oh, the lot of these big Flemish guys, I felt that I was stuck. I thought I was gonna show, surrounded by mine foes. Then I remembered Hasselhoff, and he solved all mine woes. For he invented the maneuver which goes like this. Just grabs them by the crotch, and then throws them out the window. A lovely way to get above whatever makes you blow. Just grabs them by the crotch, help me, and then throws them out the window. It's amazing what a little flick of wrist and arm can do. I have really got to stop trying to look at the comments while doing the songs. Well, I made my way out of there, and I fled down to the bar. I happily sipped lager, maybe 2 or 15 jaws. Some massive Swedish mercenary spoke ill of my ma. I did not think I could escape this peril quite unscarred. But then I remembered the informative pamphlet which I had tucked in my back pocket from Oscar Hasselhoff himself, and after taking a moment to read it, I knew what I should do. Just grab them by the crotch, and then throw them out the window. A lovely way to get above whatever makes you blow. Just grab them by the crotch, and then throw them out the window. It's amazing what a little flick of wrist and arm can do. I had gathered quite a crowd, by the great pleat I did perform. I ordered me another round, for I had gone quite warm. When time to pay the bill came, pleas for credit were all scorned. And so I tried to stand my ground, mine fate was quite forewarned. For I discovered in this very tavern in Helsinki, they had hired the German Master of Defense, Oscar Hasselhoff himself, as a bouncer part-time. Apparently it was his off-season. I was through. Is it all? Guten Abend, Master Hasselhoff. Wie geht's? and he grabbed me by the crotch, and he threw me out the window. Well, that was darned effective, I thought, as I was passing through. He grabbed me by the crotch, and he threw me out the window. Yes, it seems the fenestration works on me as well as you. Everyone, happy children singing together. Just grabs him by the crotch, everyone, and then throws him out the window. A lovely way to get above whatever makes you blow. Just grabs him by the crotch, and then throws him out the window. It's amazing what a little flick of wrist and arm can do. Grabs him by the crotch and throws him out the window. Available wherever violent books are sold. All right. Can you do this? I don't even know what I can do anymore. You people are bouncing back and forth all over the place. Does not matter. You're watching. You're having fun. It is a silly place, as you can tell by the hat. Honestly, man walks down the street wearing this. You know he's not afraid of anything. Goodness me. The last song of the set, and because this is the song right before I go to the end of the show. And the last song before I go on vacation, because I'm taking Friday off and Monday off, for reasons which are complicated and we may discuss later. Those of you who come back to this sort of thing. Stay, hat. Always have to tell the hat to stay. The last show is one that was inspired, again, by something I saw on the internet. The internet writes a lot of my songs. This one in particular. And this is actually a better picture than the one that inspired the original song. But this song in particular is about dairy products and the construction thereof. I'm going to roll over here to where I keep my comedy eyewear. You have a collection of comedy eyewear. But they had made, as you could see, a very passable replica of Stonehenge, or another like henge-like object, made of cheese, and a CHEESEHENGE. And then my brother went, CHEESEHENGE! Like, oh god, now I gotta write this song. And despite my best efforts, well, two things have to happen. One, to break out this, which is a baritone ukulele, which is in fact it's a 6-string guitar minus the 2 lowest strings. So this bad boy is in fact tuned D, G, B, E. Or it should be tuned, you know, we tune because we like you. There we go. And so this particular song can only be performed by Neil Diamond, and not warm, fuzzy, soft, family-friendly, E.T. Turn on Your Heart Light, the jazz singer Neil Diamond. No. We're talking mid to late 70s, completely bat guano, pants on head, double denim, hair down to here, Brother Love's Traveling Salvation Show, Sweet Caroline, Neil Diamond. So I want you to imagine for a moment that it is late 70s. You and some of your friends are at a concert. It is now the 4th hour of a 2.5-hour concert. I can't see a damn thing in these glasses. And, yes. But I'm going to bring up the notes anyway, just in case, because I'm an old man. I've suffered a number of blows to the head over the years. There we go. There it is. And I want you to imagine they have gone through the entire catalog. They played all the hits. And now they're just playing whatever the hell seems like a good idea. CHEESEHENGE, it's a henge, but it's made of cheese, and it stood taller than the trees. Majestic in its pressurized glory, got changed gears, generations all tell the story of the henge made of cheese. like Stonehenge but made of cheese. The construction was quite a breeze. Majestic in its picturesque glory, generations all tell the story of the henge made of cheese. Who knows why they built this thing? Did they turn cartwheels around it and sing? How'd this dairy stuff last so long? We'll just wonder about it in song. Cheesehenge, it's a henge but made of cheese, and it sways slightly in the breeze. Majestic in its picturesque glory, generations all tell the story of the henge made of cheese. Standing in delicious awe, take a selfie to send to mama. In the woods by a distant stream, you're gonna smell it before it is seen. Cheesehenge, it's a henge but it's made of cheese. If you're allergic, it'll make you sneeze. Majestic in its picturesque glory, generations all tell the story of the henge made of cheese. Cheesehenge, blackout, pyro, thank you for coming. Good night. Find your car. Try facebook.com/theadequate if you're looking for me on the Facebook. Woo! What's also interesting here, folks, is that there is a 30-second delay on Facebook. And the 30-second delay is for Facebook. The 10 to 15-second delay is for YouTube and Twitch, because I'm going through Restream.io. And that, my friends, was Cheesehenge, and that, my friends, is the fourth song, which means that we have somehow, despite all expectations, successfully arrived at the culmination of yet another Tobias the Adequate Troubadork show. I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me. I want to welcome the new folks. I want to welcome my sister, and hopefully I didn't scare her off too early in this. She knew I was weird when she met me. We do this Monday through Thursday, about 4:30 to about 5 o'clock, barring various things. Now, Monday, I have a day off, so I may or may not be doing a show on Monday. We'll see how the weekend goes, and we'll see how I feel about it. A lot of original songs, some covers, some filks. It's just the way it works. So let's do the thing. We do live, of course, in a capitalistic society, so there are a few things that I need to go through because, well, like everybody else, we're just trying to do some things and not go completely broke. First and foremost, of course, the tip jar in the event you are so inclined is up there. PayPal.com/theadequate and Venmo @theadequate. I do not have a Cash App account. Please don't ask me. I barely got a Venmo. I got a Venmo specifically because someone actually dared me to write a song and paid me via Venmo. I want to thank Eric and Robert and Rick and Emily and Miranda. Eric is the guy who did the song, and that song is, by the way, Socially Emotionally Distant, which you can find back on the 145th show back on the 1st. So there you go. Any money that comes in through PayPal or Patreon, which is over here, goes right back into trying to make the show better. For the most part, that's on the technical side. Hosting the website, cameras, lights, buttons, microphones, tuners, ukulele strings, talent, you know. And I want to thank Chris and Teppo and Shay and Cascuro and Linda and Ann and Stephen and Rob and Alicia and Relly and BK and Kaylee and Richard and John and Brian Lorene for being my party on, party out, down Patreon patron peeps. Those of you who are patrons at the $2 level or more can get your ad here on the crawl that goes across the screen like this. You can also get buttons and ebooks and physical books. The $10 a month level is the You're So Damn Smart, You Write a Song level, where you can actually tell me to write a song about a thing, and I write a song about it, and I perform it here, because I'm nuts. Patreon peeps also get previews of songs. They get some other cool stuff as we go along. Yeah, so that's the way that works. Not trying to make a living doing this here. We're in a pandemic. I'm just hoping that you will actually hang out with me, because we're all stuck at home, so we might as well be stuck at home together. The archives, I'm very big in reruns. A lot of folks catch this stuff after I do it because they have other things they're doing during this time slot. So facebook.com and twitch.tv, over here, there it is, at twitch.tv/Tobias the Adequate. Twitch keeps 2 weeks of shows open. Facebook has everything. And that's the Tobias the Adequate fan page. YouTube.com/MPLEGARE has the Troubadork playlist, which is caught up to day before yesterday. I'll catch it up the rest of the way, probably after I do this, and probably maybe on Friday. But all the videos are there. You just have to look for them. They're the streamed videos. SoundCloud.com/Matthew Laguerre is where I keep a lot of the recorded stuff I can't do live, like the 4-part harmony version of Reaver Johnny Reaver, the doo-wop song Business Goose, 30 to 50 Feral Hogs, Ham, and a bunch of other things like that. So you can check that out. We have a podcast, or I have a podcast. It's called Ask Philo, and it's over here at anchor.fm/theadequate, or wherever you can find the Adequate podcast. That's where our friend Philo T. Headbecker Kneecap, Rednecromancer from northern southeast Texas, answers your questions about life, death, undeath, the dark arts and crafts, we're alligators, giant Home Depot skeleton decorations and the animations thereof, and why we're not allowed in Build-A-Bear no more. So it's over there. You can find anywhere you can find the Adequate podcast on any of your podcast providers, including Spotify. If you listen to that, any of those, they like 10-15 minutes. I make a penny, and at this point, I have enough money to almost get a large pizza. Not delivered, but I can get a large pizza if I go get it, so awesome. There's another project, which is an insane project. And that insane project is Thud Bucket. That's right. You have to look it up, and it's spelled that way. Death metal you can laugh at. We are in the pre-release, and if you look up Thud Bucket on the YouTubes and the Facebooks, you will see our Facebook page and the video we have for Ominous Positivity. It's been a long week. Ominous Positivity, where the band Thud Bucket wants you to feel better about yourself. Or else. We are releasing an album very, very soon. It's going to be kind of weird, but it was a lot of fun. There's some stories behind that. So check that out. Thud Bucket on Facebook and YouTube. And the cover is this. And yeah, that's me wearing a mask with a clown nose on it. I still have the mask and the clown nose. Ron, my partner in this project, thought that the clown nose was drawn on, and I am not that good. And that's everything. That's pretty much all of it. So, yeah. Thank you all once again for hanging out with me. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies. It will confuse them. Spread the word, like, rate, review, whatever, thing. Y'all being there, hanging out with me and chatting with me over here. There it is. These word bubbles over here help keep me sane. They actually do, because it gives me something to interact with. Because most of the time, when my day job is involved in helping highly trained engineers not destroy their technology. And then I do this, among other things, because I can't stop creating things. I just can't. It's not possible. We tried. It doesn't work out. So that's all of that. And that's all of that out of me for this week. Thank you all very much. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Take care. Remember to be silly. Y'all have been wonderful. I have been Tobias the Adequate, and I thank you for encouraging my behavior. I'll see you next time. Take care.